Greetings everyone, welcome to day 2. Let's start in once again with gentle drum, or again sometimes knocking on the door of life. Different names for these Qigong exercises. It's important to understand they've been around for a long time, so they've gone through the hands, so to speak, of a lot of teachers and so on, a lot of people, millions of people. So there's different names for these things. Some of them actually don't even have names, which for some people gets even more confusing. But they are exercises. And even if they didn't have a name, they're good to practice. So this one here, we are twisting and turning. We're trying to get some mobility and warm up our spine and warm up our back. This is really good for the low back, the mid back especially, okay? Up through the legs. Again, if you like lifting your heel there, I recommend doing that. If for any reason you prefer flat heels, that's okay too. So we're going for a gentle turning. Now, with this one, this is a very important exercise to isolate onto itself. As we go forward in one of these sessions here, we'll do a longer, slightly longer session with gentle drum itself. First, I want to get you through the exercises though, so that you have some sense of these movements. So right now, we're going to catch ourselves back up to separating heaven and earth. Isolate that exercise this time a little bit more. So here's gentle drum, we're twisting, we're moving. We're going to come, and I like to do this, and this is again what we'll talk more about as we get into the program a little bit. I recommend doing this one here for a period of time. Let's say you're out in the park like I am right now, and you had some time on your hands and you didn't even remember this whole routine, but you remembered this gentle drum practice. It's very good to practice this one and go from movement. You see how I'm moving? We're getting everything moving, and then literally let it unwind. Hold yourself still. This particular posture, which we're going to get to today at the end of our routine, is called standing tree meditation. But I want you to see it's also right here, even though it's for a brief second or two, as we get ready to go into the second exercise, which is waterfall. So the backs of our hands go toward the ground. I sink my weight. I exhale my breath through my mouth. I inhale slow through the nose. I exhale through the mouth. Either make a ha or an ah sound. Inhale. Exhale. And there are different sounds we can make with this exercise, but I'll give you this one to begin with. It's good for stress relief. Right here, let's take the hands, come around this way. We're going to inhale as we move the hands up. We're going to press, we're going to uphold or uplift the sky. Exhale. Inhale. We're going to hold up the sky. Exhale the breath. Press, hold. The longer you hold, at least initially as a beginner, you kind of have to let your breath go. So just then let it keep going. It's okay, and it's a good thing to do now and then to hold that stretch for a moment, which means you just got to let your breath go. But then try and time it so that just as you're coming up, you're inhaling. Now what makes this a special kind of exercise, check it out, is this gathering of qi from the ground. Pulling it up through your body, holding it in the lower dantian with your breath, which we'll get to. Exhale. Now, here's your bird's wings. Bird's wings. That's going to help you understand the movement that then brings us to waterfall, just as a clearing. Oh, waterfall is an exercise you can use at any time you need to get grounded, catch up with yourself, or as a transition to another exercise, such as separating heaven and earth. My right hand is up, my left hand is down. On the transition, we're going to go with the easy version first. Later I'll show you a slightly more complicated version. We're pressing apart, up and down, and we're pausing there. Pressing up, pressing down. If you can now, you're going to try and inhale on the transition. Exhale as you press apart. Inhale as we're transitioning through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And notice at the end there's a pause there before you start breathing again. Exhale through the mouth. Pause. Exhale. Press apart. Inhale. Exhale, press apart. Right from this position here, this hand that's high, let it come down. Let the hands meet in the middle. Let the backs of the hands go down. Exhale your breath. Back into a waterfall. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your feet together. This is the one I told you we'd come back to. Feet approximately shoulder width apart. Open up the armpit slightly, almost like you have a little golf ball right here or something, or an egg. Bend your waist and bend at your knees ever so slightly. Imagine you're plugging your tailbone back here into the ground. You don't want to stick your butt out. You also don't want to tuck your pelvis too far forward. So you just want to sink your weight and imagine that this is getting plugged into the ground right here, okay? So we're like this, we plug into the ground. Now, you want to try and relax your lower body as well as your upper body. Your lower body has to have some tension to it. Here's a little trick I learned along the way. Go ahead and tighten your legs, your hips, your buttocks, your lower belly, like just contract everything for a second and hold it tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and now relax your legs, your lower body, etc. And this is a little trick to teach you how to hold your body in such a way that you're using the right amount of tension and not too much tension. So if you've got that right, good for you. This is standing tree meditation. Very, very powerful and very potent practice. As you're standing here, we have energy centers in the base of our feet. Through those energy centers, the energy is traveling, and we are going to learn in the next day, on day 3, how to begin using our breath with standing tree meditation. But for now, this is the posture. These are some of the basics of standing tree meditation. Go ahead and take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Bring your hands here just to this posture here. It's a good thing sometimes I do this when you see me doing commercials or finishing class or whatever the case may be, but this is a nice accent onto your cake. It's a nice cherry on top of our practice. I will see you tomorrow for day number 3. Excellent job. See you tomorrow.